SIEA welcome you to Islam for Teenagers on Sabah from day one.
The class today, the lesson is on moral values, which is extremely important. So one of the characters you should have in your life, which is very important, is sabr. Sabr, be patient that student could come late. Student could not do the homework. What shall I do? Hit myself? Cry? No. They do the homework, they benefit. They don't do the homework, they don't benefit. Whether you score high or low, it's you who benefit. So being patient start at the age of what? And you get present if you know. What age you need to, or you start learning being patient?
13.
13 years old. Any lower, any higher? Sarah? Toddler, yeah, very good. Any lower? When you are not fetus, when you are infant, when you are just born. When you are just born, you need to learn being patient from the age of 1 hour old. If you have seen a baby just born, or a few hours old or a few days old, you will find that the baby will cry. Why he cries? He cries because he's hungry, thirsty, cold, needs a cuddle, has been cuddled too much, you need to put him down. He is ill. There's 17 needs for the child when he cries. We counted 17. When my children had babies, I sent them the 17, the list. This is the list you need to check before you phone us, before you phone mom. The infant will take him 6 months to learn to be patient. He wants mom instantly come to him, instantly feed him, instantly carry him, instantly change his nappies. He's wet, he's soiled, he's this. And mom cannot instantly come. Basically because mom could be in the loo herself. Mom could be having shower. Mom could be asleep. It takes time to wake up. What's that noise? Where is it coming from? Oh, it's a baby. You have a baby, you know, next door. So the baby will try to be patient. It takes him 6 months. And the next 6 months, he still is not patient. So he becomes saying that, oh, mom doesn't like me anymore. At the first 6 months, the baby thinks, oh, mom against me. She's not coming to help me. She doesn't like me because she's against me. They call it a schizoid phase. Schizoid phase, or like schizophrenic. The baby like schizophrenic. Mom is not against you. Mom is having a wee. Mom is actually in the shower. Mom is getting the milk ready for you. Mom is this, mom is that. It's run out of nappies and things. After 6 months, the baby, instead of learning being patient, he starts becoming depressed. Oh, she doesn't like me. She hates me. I know that. The last 6 months, she hasn't been attending. So you need to learn being patient from the age of naught. You're 1 hour old, you need to be patient. And that, unfortunately, you need to exercise it till you die. Where is the doctor? I'm ill. He's 75, 85. Wait, hold on. So being patient is start when you are 1 hour old and you carry on. When Musa ﷺ went to Egypt to free the sons of Israel, and he made dua to destroy Pharaoh, because they're not listening to Allah, they're not obeying him. Allah Azza wa Jalla, he said to Musa, I've accepted your dua. I accepted your dua. Will destroy Pharaoh. But Musa had to wait for 40 years before Allah destroyed Pharaoh. Why? Why he had to wait for so long? Why Allah Azza wa Jalla didn't destroy Pharaoh? Yeah, might change his mind. He might become good. Also, something else. Because Allah wants to show that he was tried once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. In the Quran, Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned that he brought 9 great evidence that Allah in control, and still Pharaoh refused to accept. But also Allah wants to know how many of the people of Pharaoh will become believers and how many will not. And when he destroy them, it will be, they had enough. They have been, Allah waited for them for so long, for 40 years. Then when they tried to run after Musa and kill him, he gathered the army, and Musa reached the sea. Allah Azza wa Jal gave the impression to Pharaoh, that's it, we're going to finish Musa. Where is his God to save him? Allah showed him his God is there, and he split the sea, and he let Musa pass, and he drowned Pharaoh and his army. But Musa had to wait for 40 years. Even his own people start accusing Musa of cheating them. Oh, why we were suffering before you came, we were suffering after you came. What are you going to do? حتى يقول الرسول والذين آمنوا معه متى نصر الله ألا إن نصر الله قريب. So those with the messenger will say, where is the wind of Allah? The messenger will say, the wind of Allah is near. In my country, in Syria, there were a fight between the government and the Muslim, the Sunni in Syria. The government was Shia and Alawi, and it took 14 years. But when Allah Azza wa Jal decided that's it took them only 12 days. And the whole enemy ran away. The whole government ran away. Some went to Russia, some went to Lebanon, some went to Iraq. They just were terrified. Allah put in their hearts so much fear that they ran away. They left everything. So you need to learn to be patient when you are a baby, when you are a toddler, like I said, when you are a young child in the house, you need to be patient with your sibling. You might be 3 years old and your brother is 6 months old and he's crawling and he comes to your things and starts ripping your toys. You might scribble on your, what are you going to do? You need to be patient next time. Hide it, put it high. You need to be patient with your brothers and sisters. Could be 14 or 16. The problem, the most difficult problems usually parents have is the internal fight between the siblings in the house. Two brothers or two sisters or brother and sister. And they are not patient with each other. Or not patient to get what the other one get. Like, you buy a suit for one son and the other one wants similar. That's really difficult because sometimes they might not have the money, or they might not find the one which fits you or something to do. You take it from him? No, you need to be patient till your turn comes. You need to be patient with learning. One of the difficulty we have, like getting you to Sunday school, you're not patient. I'm not going to go there. I still have to wake up and get dressed. And do you get up, wash and dress, or just wake up and come to school? And you have to be patient with homework. You have homework, yeah. Idea is just to revise the lesson and things. The last homework I've got last night was 23:55. Just last week or the week before, I had homework came 8:45 in the morning. I didn't see it, but I was on my way in the car. So you have to be patient with the students who are not writing homework. You have to be patient with each other at home. It's really, siblings are the most difficult time. I used to have brothers and sisters, and the fight between brother and sister when there's jealousy, especially jealousy, when he's able to answer things or do things and you're not. And they deliberately try to show mom and dad that they are better than you. Then you become angry with them, and then never-ending story, So the sabr, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى الصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. When Allah rewards you for sabr, for being patient, Allah Azza wa Jalla doesn't count. He keeps rewarding you. Like if you read a letter from the Quran, you get rewarded for 1 hasana, and that will multiply to 10. The hasana multiply to 10 by 10. So you get 10 times to 700. But being patient, the teacher talking and your patient listening, the reward is unlimited. Unlimited. إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب. Allah doesn't count when He rewards you for being patient. And being patient is really the most rewarding thing, because being patient, you study more, you get to answer more, you get to comply more. Now, if you want to become rich quick by any way, then you need to be patient. So one of the things I was teaching a class, being patient with study, get a job, get high qualification, get high university, get high best probably training, whatever. Then you start getting more money. Then you become rich. Might take you 40 years to become really rich. Another student I have here who was patient, studied, and he went to university and he studied and became a dentist. And then I saw one of his adverts, he got a Ferrari. How he got a Ferrari? He was patient. He was patient enough to study, patient enough to qualify, patient enough to have a business, and then he enlarged his business. And then he had so much money, and then he bought a Ferrari. So there's a difference between one who has no patience and want to become rich quick, and somebody who is a patient and he studied. So you need to be patient with your learning, basically. Or you need to be patient with other students, unfortunately. Because some students are horrible in school. Some students, their aim is to make you fail in the school. Make you, they want to form a gang and they want to have members in their gang, so they chose you. And they rubbish you if you don't join their gang. So you need to be patient, not even have friends in school sometimes. Sometimes have no friends in school, better than have the wrong friends. No?
You're not like join gangs.
Yeah, listen, gangs actually bad no matter what. I was in casualty. I was in casualty in Wales. I was in casualty in Wales, and a girl came to me, a Pakistani girl, beaten. They beaten her, gave her a good beating. And what happened that she was a member of a gang, and the gang, one of the other members of the gang, she accused her of stealing her boyfriend. You shouldn't be in a gang anyway. You're a Muslim, should be with Muslim ladies. And so this is true story, it's not like. So I said to her, I'll give you some telephone numbers of good Muslims it was in Bangor, it was North Wales. And you join them, and they are good ladies, and they meet together, and some of them students in the university, and you think she would have taken the names, contacted them. She refused, and she went. We treated her, whatever, referred her for some help, and then I saw someone, and I said, he knew her. I said, what happened to that girl who's called Sanya? Not Sanya, not you, the other girl. What happened to that Sanya who came to casualty in Bangor? He said, you don't know what? I said, no. He said she joined the Pakistani gang. Apparently there is Pakistani gang, there's Arab gang, there's gang everywhere. And this gang went and took revenge for her from the other gang. Gangsters. So she is not patient enough to meet good people, befriend them, and she wants to become a member of a gang. And so you need to tolerate schools even with no friends, unfortunately, if the only one are the bad friends. So you need to be patient even in a Muslim school, even when there's Muslim kids around you. In Aden, when Marwan, our eldest, went to Aden school, he was just 12 years old. They called him Welsh boy because his accent was Welsh. We came from Wales. A Welsh boy, and then he's gang against him. I used to go to the Sunday school. Sunday school wasn't, we were not here, we were in Birmingham, Sunday school. And he made a lot of Muslim friends in the school. And he took his friends to play basketball in Arden with him. But his friends, like, a lot of them quite tall, most of them black or brown. And he walked to school with 6, 7 boys with him, tall, black. From that day, the white boys in the school start fearing him. Because they thought, oh, this guy has a gang. It wasn't a gang, it was friends from the Sunday school. But what you need to do, you need to be patient. You need to be patient in school with other kids and unfortunately, with a lot of teachers. Some teachers are really the wrong teachers. There's good teachers, there's bad teachers, there's ugly teachers. One of my grandchildren had a problem in the school, and I went and I was talking to the head of the year and head of the something for the student liaison officer or something. And I said, look, this behavior of the teacher is not actually accepted as norm. So you need to address, because if a teacher is paranoid, students will suffer. And then you look into this and look into that, and then they say, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And then things changed. So you need to be patient with teachers, because some of them, and I said to my grandchild, that said, look, some teachers coming to school because they had to work. They don't want to work. Some teachers coming to school and they already had the car broken and the washing machine didn't work, and they had a fight with the husband, they had a fight with the daughter, they have their own problems. Then when they come to school, they already knackered, they already at the end of their tether, they're already annoyed by home, by relatives, by situation at home. So you need to be patient with the teacher. Yes, the teacher expected to be patient with you, but the teacher have problems. Might have this illness, this. One of them told me, one of my grandchildren told me that the teacher came and told them about his illness. I have this and this. Why are you telling the student? Because you want to gain their sympathy? They are human. So that's one of the people you need to get patient with. You need to get to be patient with your own illness. You might have illness. By the way, people don't need to know your illness. One of the things you really need to hide is your illness, because some people make use of it. Oh, don't be with her, to tell others, or don't employ him because he has diabetes. Why they should know? Or don't employ him because he has asthma. Why you told them you have asthma? If they discover by chance, but you don't need to tell. So you need to be patient with your own illness sometime. Not only tolerate the illness till you get treatment, but sometimes you don't need to talk to people about your illness. You don't need to talk to people about your poverty. Oh, my dad hasn't got any money, didn't have any food yesterday. Why they need to know? Because they might give you a couple of quid, but they might start talking about you. Oh, mom, no, he's just... So this is, be patient with your own poverty, your own illness, your own dreams sometime. Oh, you think he will become a head of British Telecom. You think he's so intelligent. But don't. If you have an ambitious, dream and things, keep it to yourself sometime. Be patient, not to tell everything about yourself. Now there's a proverb, they say, Ikram zahabaka wa zahabaka wa mazhabak. Keep secret where you're going, and keep secret on what's your direction in life, what's your religion sometime. So you don't need to expose your illness, poverty, dreams, religion, or your money. Ikram zahabaka wa zahabaka wa mazhabak. Where you're going, what's your dream in life, and what's your religion, and how much money you have. Be patient. Be patient. Yes, I don't need to speak. You speak in the right time to the right people, in the right setting, in the right way. So this is part of the patient. Being patient with neighbors. And that's really difficult sometimes, because neighbors could be horrible. Neighbors could be quite good. My son has a new neighbor, and he said they brought them so far many presents. And good neighbors. We had bad neighbors once, and the bad neighbors were really horrible. So you need to be patient with your neighbors. You need to be patient with the weather in this country. Many people curse the weather. Oh, it's horrible. It's cold all the time. Cold, you must be happy. Why you should be happy when there is a frost? When the weather is freezing, why you should be happy? We should all be happy. Why? The frost will destroy a lot of insects. And insects are the 99% occupants of planet Earth. If you count how many occupants on planet Earth, there's 8 billion human beings, but in your garden could be 8 trillion ants. There could be in your garden so many flies and so many worms and so many. And insects are the most important things for us for pollination. But if insects increase in number, they will eat the vegetation, so you have no crops. So Allah will send frost every year to kill so much of the insects, so you will have enough food left over for you. So if you are not patient with insects, you're not patient with the frost, with the freezing weather, you're losing out. You're just making yourself angry unnecessarily. So you come back to the sabr. You need to be patient for obeying Allah Azza wa Jal. You need to be patient for the test of Allah Azza wa Jal when you are ill, when you have poverty, when you have, when you are insecure, when you are afraid. The title being patient is easy said but not easily practiced. People might not be patient with illness, might not be patient with them, each other, with your mom, with your dad. You'll be a loser if you're not patient. I might have to ask you to get some ayahs from the Quran on patience. There's a lot of ayahs in the Quran, so this will be probably part of the homework, inshallah.